What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did have a pretty good close of the week. It was able to close above a absolute key resistance level. So I'm going to go over all of that and what that means for this upcoming week. You don't have all that much in data coming from the States. Monday, market is closed on a side note, but a lot of Fed speakers throughout the week, a couple data points such as on Wednesday, permits and starts, but nothing crazy. FOMC minutes. In the past, that's caused a lot of volatility, but the last several occurrences of this, it's actually reassured the market. So I don't really anticipate any negativity to come from that. And then from China, not all that much. So you had very good data on Friday. So I think that was also one of many attributing factors that really pushed Chinese stocks higher. And at the same time, there was a unique circumstance that was happening in the broader market that a lot of heavily shorted stocks, like shorts, were returning. So I think that as well really did help NIO get above a key resistance level. As far as expectations for this upcoming week, not a lot coming out from the company itself. So you have registration numbers on Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure that is it for specific NIO related stuff. So not all that great. It'd be nice if they had some more, I guess, short-term catalysts. But aside from that, I think the next big thing is going to be potentially their earnings estimated for the end of February. This is the current estimates right here, as you can kind of see. But aside from that, though, it might also be as well just the monthly numbers for February. So it is what it is. But on Friday, shorts did return 3.32 million shares. So going into this upcoming week, 11.46% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 153.12 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 3.46. That is a annual rate, not a daily rate on a side note. But you can kind of just see shorts haven't really been doing all that much. They've been slowly increasing with exception of on Friday. So it's interesting. I think ultimately there was a lot of stocks that are heavily shorted, that there was abnormal activity. And so hopefully that does carry forward into this upcoming week. Looking at this, for this upcoming week, you have a consensus for it to be around that $5 range. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub $4. So still a little bit more upside is anticipated based on where it did close on Friday. So it did close at $4.44. That does mean that everything at that $4.50 and above for strike prices does expire worthless. So that's kind of the downside of that. There was 12,000 in open interest at that $4 strike price, and there were some abnormal transactions that was done after hours on Friday. So there could have been that, through the dark pool right here. So that could have been market makers covering those shares. But I think come Tuesday, you might see a little bit of a pop as market makers are covering those 12,000 in open interest. But looking forward into this upcoming week, it is a monthly chain, so it is generally very popular. So at the $4 strike price, you have 28,000, 450, 32,000, 92,000 at that $5 strike price. So by this upcoming Friday, if NIO is above that $5 kind of price point, then you will kind of see a little bit of a gamma squeeze, but market makers and shorts will kind of be self-aware of that, and they have a financial interest to ensure that NIO does close below that $5 range. So if it does gain some pretty good momentum, just watch for a battle at that $5 point. But aside from that, with it at $4.44, it is trading between this R1 and this pivot. So 441 will be a strong support going forward into the next couple trading days, followed by 407. Flip side, $4.76, and 497 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So I think NIO is starting to finally build up some good momentum. No new analyst ratings, nothing substantial coming from a news standpoint either, so not a lot in kind of anything coming out from that. Some technical analysis, some people just bringing up just generally how Chinese stocks were moving up higher, but nothing specific to NIO. Aside from all that though, based on the good momentum from Friday, it was able to close above this 50-day moving average, which is at $4.40. So you have to watch for that 441 as well as 440. So that's going to be a good support level. Aside from that, the next strong target is 478 and then $4.90. So that's going to be that 100 and 200-day moving averages. And so this right here, that 200-day moving average, which is at 478, that is also that next strong target based on the fib levels. So it might just be trading wedge bound between these 2 points for at least the foreseeable future. And like I said, if it does and is able to get above these points, then this is where you could see a very nice run. So historically, every time it does get above that 50-day moving average, you see roughly around like a 30 to 40% pull up higher, as what we've seen in the past. So that 50-day moving average is a very big indicator. So going into this upcoming week, if NIO is able to continue this good momentum, then yeah, you could see possibly a battle at that $5 range this week. But historically as well, one thing to kind of take note of, so this is why Tuesday is going to be a very important day, because every single time it has broken above that 50-day moving average, it always gets dragged down. So it happened at the beginning of December, end of December, beginning of January, kind of pounded at the door quite a lot over here, as you can kind of see. So it was attempting to break past. So NIO's always really struggled with that 50-day moving average. So come Tuesday, absolutely key for it to close above that to continue this trend up. If not, then you will see more consolidation similar to what has followed in the past. So I'm kind of cautiously optimistic when it comes down to NIO, but then again, when it comes down to NIO and manipulation, it's a very, very frustrating stock nonetheless. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. What do you think the next big catalyst is going to be? Do you think it is going to be their potential earnings? Do you think it's going to be registration numbers? What's your viewpoint on NIO? And have you been buying? Have you been selling? What's your general thoughts? And then one final thing, if you are looking for buy signals, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers, especially more so when I give my weekly predictions on all the companies unveiling their earnings. Definitely on point, so worthwhile to kind of pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.